I'm going to walk you through the ABCs of making sales online. And when you get this right, you're able to create momentum with your business. You know what to do every day, every week, every month. You start to see all of the indicators pointing towards sales, making sales consistently every single month, and then really building momentum in your business. When we get this wrong, which I have done in the past, we end up spinning our wheels, working really, really hard, but feeling like we're not making traction. We don't actually have sales. And most of us are in business because we want to make a positive impact on people's lives. And so if they don't actually buy the thing that helps them to get the transformation, then we're sad, they're sad, like nobody is moving forward. And this is a recipe for burnout. And I don't want that to happen to you. This community is about being able to make full-time income with your business and to be able to learn, how the marketing works and how the sales work, especially if you're wouldn't consider yourself like a sales person necessarily, because we just want you to be successful. So I'm going to walk you through how this works. If you guys can see this video, this is my 5th attempt at recording this video. Just make a comment and be like, yes, Tasha, I can see you. That will be really great. I'm going to go ahead and do a screen share and I'm going to type into this Google Doc so it's more visual. If you would like to get a copy of this Google Doc that I'm typing into, just go ahead and type a Google Doc in the comments and we'll hook you up. Okay, so what are the ABCs? So A stands for attract, and this is going to be new eyeballs. How do you get new eyeballs on you so they even know who the heck you are? Then we have B, which is the bridge, and this is how we nurture, invite people that came in through our attract. C is how we convert, and this is where we make offers. And D is deliver, and this is where we actually deliver the offer, this is the actual offer. And so what happens is we want to have a business that we have an A that is working, a B that is working, a C that is working, and a D that is working, and they all talk to each other. Just basically like a straight line going down. What happens with a lot of people is they just have too many in one category and then a gaping hole in another category. And so I'm going to give a real life example for a client that we talked to earlier this morning, and she is awesome. And she's like, I'm stuck. I'm not growing at the rate I would like to grow. How do I do this thing? And I was like, well, it actually sounds like we need to take a step back and look at this particular client journey, because she was working really hard and she's like, I think I can grow faster. And so here is, let's see if I can just do an X, right? This is not the way we want to do it. This is, we have in the attract, and this is a real world example. We have Facebook groups, right? And then, the question was around how do I get more Instagram, right? And then she also, I think she had some Google search, right? So that was happening. Let me make this a little bit smaller. So we have that. Now B, I don't know what her B was, but I don't know if there was one. So she was basically doing a lot of activity up here. People would be like, oh, great, I know who you are. And then what would happen is they would contact her. That was where she would make offers. And so this was cool because people would contact her and that feels really, really good. But the growth kind of got stuck because there was no bridge. She wasn't proactively inviting them to conversations to be able to convert. She's just waiting for them to contact her. And so what we talked through, and she was really excited about it, is how could we fix this part of our business, right? Instead of doing, they would just contact me. We're like, okay, well, could we do some more on personal social media? Posts that are call to actions, want to learn more. And she was like, yeah, that's great. So that operates as a bridge. And then for the convert, what we did, we were like, what if you ran a monthly workshop? I think in her case, an info meeting made more sense. So they can learn what she did, how she did it. And it was really easy. And she's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. So now, and then what we were able to do is actually just cross off Instagram so that she could do more of this that's already working, because she was not getting any traction over here. She's like, how do I get traction over here? I was like, well, why don't we just take that time, reinvest it here, really, really well there, have some more invitations on her personal page, and then invite them to a monthly info meeting. And so now she has a really, really clear client journey. Another thing that I've seen happen is it kind of looks like this, where it's like Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, a blog, right? Also, yeah, that's enough, right? Maybe I also have a podcast. So I'm like, I'm going to put it everywhere so that everyone can find me. But then there's no bridge, and then there's no conversion event. They're like, contact me, right? And then we can talk. And so this gets broken because they're generating, well, first of all, it's really hard to master 5 platforms. So you'd be like mediocre or less than that at all of them because you spread really, really thin. They all have different things that they're asking for. And so this particular example, which we see all the time, is like they're just working really, really, really hard and always feeling less than because nothing is really working. They're working, but they're working. So they're working hard, but nothing is actually working or moving things in the right direction. And that is not a positive place to be. And so this is where you end up with burnout. And so what we would do in this situation to fix it is we would be like, well, why don't we do Facebook friend requests for people in your target market? We're just gonna like not worry about any of this, right? We're gonna add a Facebook group so that you can invite people into the group. You know their prospects, you can message them, you can ask them what's hard, you can tag them in content. And then we would do like a monthly workshop. And the purpose of the monthly workshop is to build trust and credibility. So like this person can help me. And then from the monthly workshop, we schedule a one-on-one and we walk them through the coaching program or the product line or whatever it is. And so now we have a really clear client journey where I know every single day. So now I can get in a daily rhythm. So with my attract, right, I want to get a daily rhythm where I'm getting leads every day, weekly rhythm for my bridge, which is the content that I'm creating weekly in the group, and then a monthly rhythm for converting clients. And when we do this consistently for 2 to 3 months in a row, you'll start to see the momentum building in your business. And this is true for me. This is true for all of our clients that are seeing the same thing. And we really, really want this for you, for every single person in our community, literally to have a clear client journey. Now, you might be asking yourself as you're watching this, and if you guys want that Google Doc, just type Google Doc and we'll send it over to you. Which one is the right one? The best one. The best client journey is the one you're actually going to do. We personally like Facebook because it's based more on like effort instead of catchy reels and dancing and all of that. It's like pressing buttons and talking to people and connecting with people. Since we're in a relationship-based business, that makes a lot of sense to me. However, there are a lot of different ways you can do it, but you just want to make sure that your A talks to your B and talks to your C. This is something that we walk through. So every single person that comes through our coaching program, this is like how important this is. I meet with them personally, one-on-one, go through their client journey, go through what they're doing now for A, B, C, and D, their offers as well. And we just make sure that it's all arranged in a way that can build momentum. And so people are doing really, really well with this. And that makes me really happy. And it makes them really happy. And it makes their customers and clients really, really happy. So if you would like to learn more about the coaching program, then go ahead and you can write coaching in the comments below. Otherwise, feel free to take what I've shared with you today and just start to streamline your business right away. If you are interested in getting like one-on-one attention for this, we can also do that for you and get it all sorted out and organized for you. And we're happy to do that. So have a great day. Bye.